Behold our reigning champion in midweek muster, one and all. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the AoE4 action. We've got game number 5 here between the Canadian bros, and our reigning champion is at risk of execution. Redraft occurred. We hop into Frisian Marshes. Puppy Paw on match point, 3-1 in this best of 7, picks the Juji in the yellow. And wham, he's gone for the OP Abbasids. Now, certain people in the community have told us that this is the absolute best of the best of the best. It's time to find out. Definitely a decent pick on Frisian historically. The opportunity to trade or just hunker down with Eco can work very well. Can Wham get us another game? I hope so. I picked this up as a very tight series, most likely to go to 7 games, but we find ourselves on shaky ground here now for Wham. And, well, you have to be wondering, when your back's up against the wall like this, for Wham, his mind has to go back to that opening game in this series, right? You want to shake it, you want to just focus on what's next, but sometimes it does dwell with you a little. And looking at this spawn, it's a good start for Abbasids. You're seeing that correctly, folks. Berries and stone together. Cha-ching. This is what you want out of a spawn if you're knowing you're going to be defensive. And against Juji, you should be defensive. The question is, what's Puppy Paw's reaction going to be? Because Puppy Paw actually played a very similar matchup at Red Bull Wololo El Reinado, you guys might recall. You might be refreshing your brains now and remembering it. We had Abbasids versus Chinese. We had Puppy Paw all in after all in after all in, only to fall short, partially due to the timings misaligning, partially due to the order of text. Things didn't quite get done in an efficient way. Maybe this is a morale booster, though, because for that all-in strategy to block the greed of Abbasids, Juji are arguably better for their initial timing than the Chinese, where they're weaker as the game goes on. The reason is, if you're going to Zhuge Nu mass, Juji get into that mass 8 ahead of standard Chinese play. And of course, with a spawn like that, the options open up like the sky's clouds parting. 50 gold, 50 stone, and 36 food. This is possibly the best spawn I have ever seen for Juji on Frisian. I don't think it's possible to get a better spawn. Maybe the berries, but I'm not sure if the code allows those to spawn that close. The only thing you could do better here, folks, is if you minus the stone and added a berry, right? Because then it'd be 72 food. Kind of feel for Wham, but then again, he did get a good spawn as well, right? We talked about this stone outcropping on the back, the berries as well, should give him easy access. Eco Wing is coming in 30 seconds. The wood's already being gathered. Puppy Paw, I'm expecting a very aggressive timing into archery ranges here. That's crazy. I mean, that is the best spawn I think I've seen for Frisian for this Civ. New record on this map, I think, is the appropriate way to title this one. Wow. Is it going to be a tree line TC or is it going to be forward? Usually, if you're going to go free TC, you set one up on the berries and the stone here, and then you transition to the trees. Well, it should be momentary soon. The nice thing actually about playing as the Abbasids is because of the Fertile Crescent, you have a little bit more wood to work with, so you can get away with like this efficient tree line, not tree line, but these initial straggler trees into TC, and then have enough for a wood camp afterwards. I think he's going to do 3. Like, you do 1 on the berries and 1 on the trees. But then again, remember, Wham was sitting in the booth with me at Red Bull Wololo, casting his bro, trying to break this, seeing how it failed. So, like, there's a very interesting take you can, like, divide from this on both sides. They both would have learned huge lessons from that matchup between Marine Lord and Puppy Paw. Of course, Puppy Paw didn't have the moment to review it. He had to review it afterwards, whereas Wham maybe has looked at it a bit more as he was casting it live, seeing it all divide, seeing it all unfold, rather. But yeah, Lumber Camp coming in. TC has been dropped, and that is an aggressive TC. He opts for the gold and the fish. I actually like this. This is pretty cool, because you know that the Zhuge Nu all-in timing should be coming. You don't want to be going free TC. It's far too greedy. It gives more of an opening for 4 rams into a break. However, is this actually a Zhuge Nu all-in? Because I'm seeing a lot of stone and a lot of wood. We have 2 TC from Juji. That is a weird and funky ego chow if I've ever seen one. 2 TC into Abbasids. I mean, in fairness, unless it gets scouted, which it just did, Wham could go back onto the stone now, guys. He could even just cancel the stables and go into extra TCs. He might be looking to go stables to block an aggressive TC, but, I mean, there's no value there, right? It's not going to exist. So, yeah, a little bit surprised he actually didn't cancel this out. Yeah, the reason you do it in Tang Dynasty is if you wait to get Song Dynasty, you're going to be too far behind eco-wise compared to Abbasids. Like, rushing Song here leaves you open to a rush. And Abbasids aren't that terrible at, like, getting that kind of stranglehold, right? On top of that, just by going to DC, like, the bigger delay, you have less and less food to work with underneath your town center. Credit to him, though, he got a really good haul. 16 sheep to 26. Huge lead there for Puppy Paw. I mean, options really were there. 2 TC, fast castle, all in. He had the economy to do so. What about Song into free TC? Belina, I like your attitude. Your attitude is the attitude of a man who really wants to go and play some games in silver. Sorry. That's very, very, very greedy. Think about it this way. If you calculate the maths, free TC Abbasids spends less on villages than you spend on 2 TC as other civs. And you're going free. But why are you going free? Because it's cheaper? It's not that much cheaper. It's just on the wood. Right? It's... China can do an Abbasid TC race. Juji can't to the same degree. Which is why you're now seeing Puppy Paw ramping up for the offensive. Because Wham has gone back to the stone. Ooh. Wham. What's the Camel Archer plan here? I mean, he's worried about spears, right? And you don't really want to play into archers. Even though you're Abbasids, you haven't gone for the military wing, so you don't have the extra health. So I kind of get it, but Wham's comp needs time. The dirtiness about Puppy Paw's comp is it ramps really fast because now with 2 TC, he could actually just add in an extra imp official to supervise this production. What's the cost of an Abbasid TC? It's like a 35% discount raw, right? So 260, 227. Whereas with Juji, you get, was it 35% now? Just off of the wood. So you save, I think it's like 120 or 140. And we have another TC super deep. This is crafty, actually. One of the biggest problems with Abbasids is when this timing comes in from Juji, all their economy stops. So, Wham, yes, there's a risk he could lose this town center, but if he loses this one, these two are unharassed. If these two get focused on, Wham still has a nest egg hidden away. This is cool. I mean, Abbasids aren't really renowned for playing this wide, even on Frisian, right? They like to be tight at home. To reference that Marine Lord game again, you remember he built free TC in his base, if I recall correctly? I can't remember if it's 2 or 3. I think it was free TC. He built one on the Ford resource, which was gold, and then one on the tree line. And then hunkered down. Puppy Paw, of course, with the immobility of the Jugenu, even if he knows about it, moving out there just takes away from your timing. Undermesh is now on the way. Yeah, he's got the Steeled Arrow. And then we should be getting Siege Engineering afterwards, because he's not in position yet. But the timing has arrived. He's marching forward. Wham, meanwhile, has started to prep the archers. Makes sense. Camel archers only if you're going to raid. Archers if you need to defend. It's just more cost-efficient to bulk. And also more time-efficient to bulk. Looks like he's going to dive in. Horseman will look to slow things down a bit. There was an attempt to grab the villagers. Not able to in the end. Another cool thing about this, compared to the Marine Lord game, this is going to likely be a stronger hold for Wham because Marine Lord in that game, I believe, never got onto the fish before he saved himself defending successfully. Wham already has the fish. 1 food gathering a second. Best gathering rate by default you can get in the game. Puppy Paw. It's going to have to be, what, 3 rams to break this sufficiently? Bit dangerous if you do anything else. However, Wham has been greedy. We do not see the blacksmiths yet. It's only now coming down, so no Steeled Arrow, no Undermesh. Likely going to have to go Undermesh first. You could actually lean Steeled Arrow, though. The reason is your opponent is going to be diving into the TC. Yeah, there we go. And you're going Archer Mass. So yeah, you can beat your archers, but what you can do is you have slightly more range, and you can edge that range to force Jugenu to A-click into your buildings. And wait, did he scout it? He knows. The walls go up. This could turn into a trap, though. Keep in mind, Puppy Paw's going in. But yeah, he has to realize, right? If the wall is up here, he can get sandwiched. Horseman coming. Wham is mobilizing. He has the numbers. Puppy Paw may have overextended. Backing up now, but maybe a little bit too late. The second wave is coming, but they could actually be a little bit too late to save the fourth party here. Wham will start to poke. It's a good start for him. Still Arrow not there yet. So there is a big tech advantage for Puppy Paw, but he needs to target the backline of archers. Focus fires them down. Horseman essentially being ignored here. Steel Arrow still not in. So this expensive fight for Wham. Yeah, that was not the exchange he needed. The timings just didn't align in this game. What was that? 7 units going down, killed like 4, maybe 5. And now the Rams are coming. And what is up, Zeltwanger? Thank you very much for the bits, mate. Well, we might be about to see Wham's TC blow into many bits here. Textiles is coming. He's going to have to use the villagers here. Have to be very efficient about it. Now, Puppy Paw, I think last time he done this, keep referencing the M-Lord, but it really was the last time we saw. He went two Rams, right? His third was delayed. Not making the same mistake this time. A later timing, but if you go 3 to 4 Rams, you can break this. Less difficult. Do you like 2 TC from Puppy Paw, or would you prefer 1 TC all-in? I think 1 TC all-in is a little bit tricky, depending on the spawn, right? Like, I think 2 TC Abbasids can actually defend that. Maybe I'm wrong on that, though. Like, it's tighter. I can kind of see the thought process from Puppy Paw, but he probably could have done 1 TC just because he has so much sheep, and there's no flank attack risk, right? But still, because of this, look at the eco. It's only 6 difference. With the Meditation Garden, with the other details, there's usually aren't behind. And now the dive's going to come in. 3 Rams. An open TC to assault. Wham went mass archers to defend. He needs the villagers to clear these Rams. And because the dive is so relentless, there's no opportunity to repair here. Wham! Going to lose the town center. Shuganu now trying to target down. Not going to be able to clown car. There's more villagers being pulled, but it's too little too late. The Rams take out the first blocker. Horseman unable to intercept. We even now have Palace Guard coming. This is that's 4-1. Like, there's no coming back from this. It would require Puppy Paw to back up and do nothing. 60 to 30 for military. The eco lead now with Puppy Paw. This second town center doesn't matter. The timing is just too aggressive. Blacksmiths goes down. Doesn't really need it for anything else, but it's raw archers, and that means that you don't have any solution to Rams. That means you're going to get pop blocked. And blocked at the opportunity of going deeper in this series. Oh, man. So that means we have changed champion for week number 2. Pretty brutal end, but kind of cool to see Puppy Paw learn from the past. I mean, you could argue that Meditation Garden was outrageous, right? Like, Wham did get a decent spawn with the gold and the fish, but it's on the forward side. He got the good spawn of the stone at the back. So, in fairness, both of them got a slice of it. But in this matchup, where your timing is more aggressive than China, where you get a Meditation Garden like that, you've got to be feeling like you cashed in on the RNG. Well-earned victory nonetheless. Puppy Paw now moving on to the House of Wisdom. Archer mass nowhere near good enough. Look at this. It's 48 archers versus 45 Shuganu? You're not going to win that. Damn. Well, I think this one might still make it up on the channel just because of the similarities and the differences of the outcome between the previous time we saw Frisian with Abbasids versus Chinese. Epic series, nonetheless, especially the opening games. You haven't seen them, make sure you check the VODs here. But let me know what you think. Like, Puppy Paw, you know, what could a Wham have done differently here? Maybe gone into the Horseman earlier, played off of the fact he had a lot of food, stayed on 2 TC. There's a possibility it could have helped him. But you still have that issue of Puppy Paw just rushing spears and rushing to you eventually. It's a tricky one. I think, you know, Shuganu massing can still really unravel the best of players. Timing very specific, but nonetheless, a good timing all the same. More houses being taken down, and all of a sudden, the map getting very claustrophobic for Wham. Oh, so that means that Puppy Paw is going to be top seed. Wham will be second seed. So they actually are top rankers. I have heard rumors that there might be some other top rankers looking to join in after or at midweek muster number 4. Excited to see more players picking this up. And hopefully maybe some new fresh while making deeper runs as well. Nonetheless, I think we can say that like some of the up-and-comers getting some games off these top players already shows signs that the midweek muster is delivering what it needs to. And I think that is now going to be the killing blow delivered. Poppy Paw teching up with the Shaolin Monastery. He'll be able to supervise into veterancy. Wow, it's so demoralizing as well. He's so close to having enough archers to at least try to fight, but there's no hope here. GG comes in. Poppy Paw will be your midweek muster #2 champion. He snatches away from his bro and denies us a back-to-back winner. That's what it's about, though. You want to see these changes. You want to see these flips. And Poppy Paw this week has been looking absolutely astounding, especially after his 3-0 win over Anatan, showing the draft power that he provides, right? Able to just outmaneuver him there. Now, against his bro, in the draft, you saw how uncomfortable it was, the long delays on actually figuring out what they wanted to go for. But, I hope Wham doesn't think too much on that opening game. An epic one, an unfortunate way for things to play out, and imagine how different this series could have been otherwise. But if you guys like what you've been seeing here, if you've been enjoying the content, make sure you are subscribed to the channels. Make sure you're tuning in Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays for your midweek dose of esports action, all courtesy of yours truly. I'll see you all in the next one.